This is the Lancer Locker Show on KYNT. Now, let's talk some Mount Marty University athletics with the coaches, as well as your host and the voice of Mount Marty University athletics, Tehl Tanner.
The Lancer Locker returns on a Monday afternoon. I am Tehl Tanner. It's KYNT 102.1 FM, AM 1450. I'm looking forward to this show. I've been looking forward to this show for a while because we're talking basketball today. Just a straight-up basketball feature is what we're doing. We've got both Colin Othier and Alan Bertram coming into the booth to talk both men's and women's basketball at Mount Marty University because their first games are this week. They're under a week away this upcoming Sunday, the 30th. They have a doubleheader versus Graceland University in the Simple Arena. Basketball is returning to Yankton this week, and I am so excited. So we're bringing in both Alan and Colin to talk with me today. Those coming up in a couple of minutes. Let's go to our Lancer Nation recap real quick. Some of the events that happened over the weekend. The Mount Marty Lancers football program hosted number 1 Morningside on Saturday at Crane-Youngworth Field. Lancers were injured, and Morningside looked and are number 1. Lancers lost 77-0 and are now 2-6 on the season. But this week, the Lancers are going to be hosting Doane University at Crane-Youngworth Field 1 p.m. on Saturday for Lancer Days. Now that is going to be a great matchup. Coach Micheletti says they match up very well against Doane, and I'm looking forward to that one. Lancer volleyball team did lose on Friday to number 5 Midland University. Lancers are 6-17. They're going to be playing number 6 Concordia on the road this week. That'll be Wednesday is their next game. The men's and women's soccer teams traveled to Sioux City on Saturday afternoon to take on Morningside as well in 2 games. The women lost 7-0. The men lost 3-2. The Lancer women now 1-11-2 overall. The men's team is now 6-5-3. Mount Marty is going to be hosting presentation on Wednesday beginning at 5 with the women's contest. That one's at Crane-Youngworth Field. And the cross-country team hosted the Mount Marty Invite on Saturday. Lancer men finished 7th on the day, and the Lancer women's team finished in 9th. That was the last meet before the GPAC Championships on November 5th up in Jamestown, North Dakota. That's our Lancer Nation recap. I got to take a break here. When we return, we're speaking with Coach Colin Othier, Mount Marty men's basketball. We'll finish it off with women's basketball a little later in the show. This is KYNT, the Lancer Locker.
We were founded on innovation and a passion to help our customers. This is Glenn Zupfer at Aztec in Yankton. We also want our employees to thrive and succeed every day. Our core values are more than something we list on a wall. We live them every day. We have openings in a variety of departments, sign-on bonuses up to $2,000, immediate benefits like retirement savings, paid holidays, bonus earnings, tuition reimbursement, and more. Build your career with a group that's built to connect from rock to road. Stop by for a walk-in interview or click on careers at aztecindustries.com.
You want peace of mind that you're healthy. Support your breast health by getting a mammogram every year starting at age 40. Multiple Avera Breast Center locations across the region offer easy access. We'll create a screening plan that makes sense for you. You have access to specialized breast cancer experts should you need it. Find a screening location near you at avera.org/breast.
Mount Marty Lancer Athletics on KYNT and KYN-TV, courtesy of Shinerbach. Brewed with rich roasted barley malt and German specialty hops, this lightly hopped American-style dark lager always goes down easy. This football season or any season, tip back a Bach. Paired perfectly with tailgating, porch sitting, washer tossing, dog petting, and literally anything. Shinerbach, available year-round at your favorite place to buy beer.
As a proud community bank, Core Trust delivers more than just checking and savings accounts. We invest in the cities and towns where we live and work by volunteering to coach youth sports teams, supporting local charities and the arts with our time and resources. Whether we live in a rural town in South Dakota or a suburban city in Minnesota, it's a place we call home. Core Trust Bank. Raise your expectations.
Member FDIC.
Don't just bank, be an explorer. Here at Explorers Credit Union, we do banking differently. As a not-for-profit, member-owned credit union, we know that financial wellness isn't a destination, it's a journey. We're here to help you set goals and reach them with the financial tools, expertise, and support you need. If you're looking for better rates on your loans and local service from your friends and neighbors, Explorers Credit Union has you covered. Learn how we can help your financial journey at explorerscu.com.
Back in the Lancer Locker, I'm Tehl Tanner. It's KYNT 102.1 FM, AM 1450. Colin Othier back in the booth with me for Mount Marty men's basketball. Colin, it's been a minute since we've been on the Lancer Locker. I say that, and it hasn't actually been that long. It's only been a couple of weeks. How you doing, man?
Good. It's been it means we're getting closer to basketball season,
Yes,
which is awesome. Appreciate you having us in, talking about our tip-off dinner, which went tremendously well, and appreciate everybody's support on that. But now we get to talk about the fun part of being on the floor, our program, where we're at right now, and as we continue to build this program and what everyone's going to be proud of, just kind of how we are doing right now.
Absolutely. Let's talk about a couple of things going into this season. Some of the things are different for both the Lancers and for you. You welcomed a daughter in March, and I know raising a daughter throughout the off season had to be nice because you didn't have to have to be the head coach of the basketball team every second of every day. But now you're getting into the season. What's this looking like now?
Yeah, it's been. I was blessed with a great staff. At the end of the day, I mean, Coach Halligan did a great job of kind of filling in this spring with some of those workouts with Coach Olson and Coach Bornhold at the time. And obviously carrying it over, and we could kind of start getting the gym throughout the summer. She's great. She loves watching games. She came to the YBI basketball camp with me on Saturday morning. She just sits in the gym and she just watches everybody play. She watched the scrimmage yesterday. She's content. She's happy, which is a great thing, because if she was fussy or crying, I'd be kicking her out of the gym. So
she's probably analyzing if she's your daughter, just sitting there going, "Oh, so that's where he's scoring. He's setting this pick. That's what's going on."
She really, as weird as it sounds, she can follow the ball. She loves volleyball games. She can follow the ball. She follows people. She really, really enjoys being in the gym, which is awesome to see.
That's a future coach right there. I like it. Well, Colin, let's talk about this upcoming season. Starting off with last season. Last season, you're losing your top three scorers in Harper, Pappas, and Coleman. You're bringing in a bunch of new guys this year, a very good recruiting class for the freshmen. Let's start it off in the biggest difference from last year to this year that you've seen so far.
Yeah, it's going to be an adjustment, obviously. We were very, very much upper class dependent last year. Tyrell and Elijah and Nick had a lot of games under the belt, a lot of minutes played, a lot of experience. And this year's a little bit different. I don't want to say we're necessarily very, very raw, but we do have an experience. 9 of our guys have been in the program for 3 years or longer, which has been good. But we do have an influx of some youth and guys that are kind of figuring out roles a little bit and what you can do at this level, how you can score, how you can play, how important defensively you have to be locked in, how physical the game is. And so it's been a good couple of weeks as we've gotten some guys transitioned in. But it's been fun at the same time. But I will say last year we kind of knew who our go-to guys were going to be. We kind of knew who we could kind of play through. And this year we get to let that ball decide that with how we're playing.
That's kind of fun, though, isn't it? You're not really sure right away who all of your guys are going to turn out to be, so you kind of get to discover that with them throughout the season and let them become themselves, right?
Yeah, very much so. It has been a fun couple of weeks. I mean, we haven't had very many bad days. I mean, I think probably 2 so far in about 4 weeks where I just thought we weren't as locked in as we should. This group is very, very energetic. They support each other. They play very, very well together. And we have some guys with some very, very bright futures in our program that have a chance to be really, really good players here. And some guys are going to get some of that experience early on and led by the leadership of our returners, which is going to be very, very important to have that good balance.
I want to talk about these incoming freshmen in your recruiting class, but first let's talk about these returners. I know you're losing your top 3 scorers, but you've still got a lot of people that have been in the program for many years. Tell me about some of these returners and their leadership.
Yeah, Lincoln Jordry and Cade Stearns most know because they started pretty much every game last year for us. But, Chase Altenberg's been in this program forever and has done just an absolute tremendous job from a leadership standpoint. Josh Arlt, Matthew Becker, same with those guys. And then kind of some unique ones. Caden Casey might not be as known as people. He's been our development team for a couple years and has taken that step and has really grown. Davon Botts was on our varsity team last year, but has really, really been good this fall. And taking some steps. Hunter Kotros, the local man that everybody asks about, has really, really taken some steps and grown a little bit. So our upperclassmen and leaders that have been here for a couple of years, they know what it should look like. They know what it should feel like. They're very positive. They're very energetic. And they're embracing the opportunity that they have, which is what they're supposed to do. Is nobody's promised tomorrow, so we might as well embrace today.
Let's talk about these recruits, some of this incoming class. A lot of guys from the area we're noticing. That's the biggest thing I've noticed about this class. They're Sioux Falls and in Yankton area, a Flandreau High School guy, and a little bit into Nebraska as well. But it's all this area, Coach. That was obviously by design, I'm assuming.
Yeah, we wanted to recruit locally. We wanted guys to be here for 4 years. That was huge. At the end of the day, we had a 96% retention rate from last year to this year, which is the highest that you're going to find anywhere in the country at the end of the day, especially with the landscape of transfers that we're in. And I'm very, very proud of that track record of our guys have enjoyed it. We treat them like people. We're here to support them along the way. But yeah, we have some players that we brought in that are very good. They're going to be able to make an impact from day one. A Nook Acott from Sioux Falls, Washington, is continuing to slowly get healthy, and when he's on the floor, he just makes a difference. He's athletic as can be. He's got long arms. He's extremely skilled. Noah Allen from Pella High School in Newton, Iowa, is tough as nails. He's hard-nosed. He makes shots. Micah Johnson, state champion from Sioux Falls Roosevelt, has been very, very good for us, just offensively, defensively, getting the lane. Then Tashlin Day has taken a lot of strides as well as early on from Flandreau High School. And then you really can't forget about Cole Bowen, who we redshirted last year. He's from Colorado, and Cole, his senior year of high school, was 6'1", 165, and he's now 6'5", 195. And he's had a lot of growth both on and off the floor, and has done a great job. It's been good to see some of these guys come together, and our length is going to be big for us this year. I'm looking forward to that. And then obviously Christian Michelson as well, who's another one of our development team guys last year. Was very, very talented. He kind of rolled his ankle, which set him back here these last couple of weeks, but came in yesterday in our scrimmage and played extremely well. And I think he hit 4 threes and had a layup in some short periods. We're getting his conditioning back up. So I love our depth. That we are going to be young, we are going to be new, but I do look forward to the future of what this group is.
Let's talk about your forwards, some of these bigger guys on the court, and the length that they're going to bring to the table. Obviously, you brought in the freshman Acott out of Sioux Falls, Washington. You got Georgery and Katros returning. Some of this length on these forwards, how are you going to use them this year?
Well, in addition to that is Tristan Ferguson, who transferred in from Waldorf University, Bishop Garrigan High School in Algona, is another frontline guy who adds some depth and has shown flashes of just being really, really dominant, really, really good, both inside and out. So, at the end of the day, competition breeds the best of everything out of everybody. And so competition is good. We need to continue to compete every single day. Sometimes it's going to be lineup combinations. There might be some times that we're going to go big against teams, and times we might go small against teams. And I love the flexibility that we have where we're able to do that. And so if we are playing lineups with quote unquote two bigs on the floor, that's great. And if we're playing small ball, that's fine as well. Whatever kind of seems to be clicking. And we've really gone away from the traditional 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're kind of going a little bit with the on-traditional positionless basketball with some of the stuff that we're doing, with reads that we're making with certain guys and rules that they have. And they've really embraced that these last couple of weeks. I think it's a little bit more fun. It's refreshing. It's a little bit more of what the NBA style is going to. They got point guard, 3 wings, and a big is the NBA's version. Ours is a little bit different, but I'm excited about it, and our guys have really, really embraced it. So I love our size, our length, what it can allow us to do offensively and defensively. And that's where what we're going to be on Sunday, October 30th, is not what we're going to be later in the year, because there's going to be some lineup combinations and positions that we're still kind of figuring out.
Let's talk about your depth for a moment. You alluded to it just a little bit. Who are some of these guys that are going to see a lot of minutes off the bench?
Yeah, that's a great question. I'm trying to figure out who's starting and who's going to be off the bench. I know
that's a good problem to have, though.
It's a great problem to have. I do like our depth at the end of the day. And sometimes some guys go through a rut where they don't play as well, and they bounce back and they make a statement. One that's a unique situation, but Will Turner. Will Turner was part of this program, and he ended up leaving last year. Was a student at Iowa State and kind of stayed in contact with guys and they talked about our culture and what we were doing and he wanted to come back and be a part of it, and he stepped in and played great yesterday in our scrimmage, and that was really, really good to see. So we have multiple guys that can play well at various times. I don't know what lineup combinations and rotations are going to look like. I think it's going to be kind of in flux these first couple of games, and I do think that we have a wide variety of guys that can make shots. That makes a difference. We have a wide variety of guys that can play out of the post, that can play on the perimeter. And so trying to find our best combination of guys for when we get hot. And again, it might be based off lineups. We might play a team that's really big and we got to play big. It might be a team that's really small and we want to play big to take advantage of it. It just kind of depends upon lineup combinations, who's playing well at that time, and who we feel gives us the best chance to win that night. And that might be different than the next night. So all of our guys need to be ready throughout the entire season, because some of these guys that are returners know that, I'll put anybody out there at any time to try to give us a spark or for what their strengths are and what we need.
Well, Coach, you got a couple of non-conference games to really finalize your lineups and your rotations beginning this Sunday. We're less than a week away from your opening game, and it is at the Simple Arena during homecoming week. It's not any better than that. You got October 30th this Sunday around 3:45 p.m. tipping off versus Graceland. You looking forward to that one?
Yeah, it's unique playing on homecoming. That's rarity for basketball sometimes to get an opportunity to play on homecoming weekend. And it's going to be a busy weekend with obviously football on Saturday, men's, women's soccer's on Saturday. Coach Bertram debuts on Sunday right before us at 2 o'clock, and excited for him as well. We're revealing our mascot on Saturday for Mount Marty University and Lancer Athletics. And so it's a busy weekend, excited to be able to play and be a part of the homecoming festivities, and need our guys to make sure we're staying focused and locked in. I got 2 guys on homecoming court, which is awesome, Cade Stearns and Matthew Becker. If I can get a half a vote for each of them, I will vote for both of them, just half. It's a fun aspect of it all. Really like our non-conference schedule from the standpoint of playing at home. Three out of our first 5 are at home, with the other 2 being in Sioux Falls, which I consider home. It's a great chance to kind of get these guys on the floor playing together and seeing what we can become.
Well, Coach, thank you very much for taking the time to speak with me on the Lancer Locker today. Really appreciate you, and we'll talk to you again on Sunday for the first game of the season.
Thanks for all you do. Looking forward to it.
Let's go ahead and take a break. Alan Bertram in the booth coming up next.
Oktoberfest is a brief moment of fall beer drinking beauty. So have Samuel Adams Oktoberfest on hand as the nights get cooler and the days a little shorter. Smooth taste with the roasty sweetness and light hop character that's only available for a short time. Kick off cooler weather with food and friends, and don't miss a moment with Samuel Adams Oktoberfest. Grab it while you can at your favorite place to buy beer. Support a local business that supports schools and events and provides fuel discounts for Yankton's largest employers, Triple Time Rudy's. At Triple Time Rudy's, you get that local friendly feel and also a unique offering of products. You'll find quality South Dakota products like Dimmick cheese and premium meats from the Kaler and Renner lockers, plus quality fuel products too. Conveniently located at 17th and Broadway for your daily fill-ups and convenience needs. Pull in to Triple Time Rudy's today.
Quit smoking, and in just 20 minutes, your blood pressure returns to normal. In 12 hours, carbon monoxide levels in your blood drop. In 48 hours, your sense of smell and taste improve. Within 2 weeks, your lungs work better. You heal faster. 9 months means more energy, fewer illnesses. And in 5 years, your risk of heart attack is half of what it is now. Take a deep breath. You can do this. Call the Quit line at 866-SDQUITS.
Heartland Humane Society needs your help finding forever homes for over 750 pets in 2022. Pets in the shelter's care are fully vaccinated, microchipped, and always great with people. You can help by volunteering to walk a dog or cuddle a cat, by fostering a pet for just the weekend or long term, by making a donation to cover an animal's care, or by choosing adoption in 2022. To learn more, visit heartlandhumanesociety.net.
Bring the crew to Pete's Ranch in Yankton. This is Annie, and we have legendary pizza and chicken just waiting for you on our buffet. Let us know what you're craving, and we'll make it fresh and bring you the first slice. Or let us deliver right to your front door. Your locally owned Yankton Pizza Ranch on Broadway, 665-1222.
It's where life tastes better. Surround them up and head her down to the Pizza Ranch. Whoa, that's good.
Back in the Lancer Locker, I'm Tehl Tanner. Go ahead and bring in Alan Bertram, the head coach for Mount Marty women's basketball, in the booth for the second time with me. Coach Bertram, how you doing on a Monday?
I'm doing well. Thanks for having me this morning.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm very excited. It is basketball season. It is already here, and it's mid-October. I love it. I love everything about it. You got basketball this week, Coach. You excited?
It's game week, and I think when you spend a lot of time like we have getting our girls ready and all the time put it in the gym in the weight room, it can't come soon enough. I think our girls are tired of practicing against each other. It's time to get out and play against another opponent.
How they been doing in practice against each other?
We really love what they bring to practice every day. Their level of energy and intensity has been just far exceeded our expectations. They've completely bought into what we're trying to do and evolve into with our program. And so as a coaching staff, we're very blessed and extremely excited about what they've been able to do so far.
Since it is a new coach and obviously going to look very different this year, let's run through some of these things. Tell me about your coaching staff and who's helping you out this year.
Well, Coach Marissa's been here for the last couple of years, and she does just such a great job with our kids. Our kids love her to death. She's somebody that's not only passionate about the game of basketball, but extremely passionate about our young ladies and trying to develop them into strong, young, independent women. And so the relationship that she's been able to build with them is second to none. And one of the main reasons why I didn't have to think 2 seconds about keeping her on our staff. Our kids openly talked about how much they care about her. Jonna Jones is our new GA, and Jonna played Division I basketball at Arkansas State and played professionally over in Egypt last year. She's another just high-level basketball player that has grown up around the game. And so for our athletes to have 2 strong female assistant coaches who both have played at a high level, who really get the game and understand it and are both coming off of playing collegiately just in the last few years, it doesn't happen very often at a small college. So we got a great staff and people who really care and get the big picture behind it.
Talk about some of the players now, the actual ones on the court. You got 29 on the roster. 18 of them are new faces this year. You've been putting in some work this offseason recruiting.
Yeah, we knew we had to really amp up our game recruiting wise, and when taking over in April, you're a little bit behind the 8 ball when it comes to recruiting. A lot of those things are done way in advance, and so we really had to hit the ground running, and we were very fortunate, especially as late as it was, to bring in the number of kids we had and the quality of kids that we got. And so 13 of those are freshmen, and so we really got a good base with a really good freshman class that we're very excited about, and some of those freshmen are going to get an opportunity to play varsity minutes right away for us. And so really it's about building the program, getting that base set, and you can't do that unless you have really good, high-quality kids. And so for us, it's about recruiting good players, and I know a lot of coaches will say this, but more importantly, it's about us really recruiting good people. And we feel really good about the quality of people that we have on our roster right now.
And you're returning a couple of players such as Eve Miller, your leading scorer from last year, a couple other key contributors as well. Are they helping with the experience side of things with this program? Obviously, they don't know your style as much, but there's still some leadership involved, right?
Yeah, and I think that's been one of the biggest attributes to the transition is our older girls, our experienced girls have really taken on that leadership role. They've really tried hard to develop a culture in which every single one of our girls really feel welcome, and more importantly, feel like they can be themselves. And so I can't say enough about Eve and Kiki and Lana and just all of our older girls who've really stepped up to the plate right now and are really sacrificing a lot of their what would be at this point in time thinking about themselves individually going into maybe their senior season. And they understand the big picture about creating a program based around a strong culture. And so they've done an outstanding job. They're leading by example, and that's all you can ask for of your older kids.
And now, obviously, a new head coach. You're coming into a program kind of rebuilding things. You're going to bring in some new faces, 18 of them. That is a crazy number to bring in for a total of 29 girls on this roster. Let's start talking about them, beginning with some of the transfers that you brought in this year. Who'd you bring in?
Well, we're excited about them. I think you start with Katie Hovey, who was a North Dakota Player of the Year in high school from Trenton, North Dakota, and she played at Bismarck State College. And one of the things about Katie is she brings a lot of high-level experience at the point guard position. And in our league, the point guard is so essential with the type of full court pressure that we're going to see. And she's played in a ton of big games, and she gets it. She gives us a little bit bigger point guard at 5'8" that can see the floor and can handle it well. Abby Jennings, a 5'11" guard from Western Wyoming, actually comes to us from Australia. Gives us another lengthy wing player that just has an extremely high basketball IQ. So those two we look for really, really big things. Brianna Jensen's our 6'2" transfer from Neosha Community College in Kansas. She's getting more and more physical every day, getting stronger, figuring things out. And so we're excited about those girls, especially when it comes to that. So they're girls that are going to be, they're going to help us. They're going to really make an impact on our program and make us better right away. And the cool thing is they're going to be here for a couple years. And so it's not just about what they're going to do for us this week, but it's really about them taking over that leadership role as this season continues to move on.
Let's talk about some of the incoming freshmen now. This recruiting class from this year, obviously you were way behind, coming in only in April. So how were you able to bring in so many of these freshmen? Where are they? And tell me about some of the key contributors.
Yeah, we're really excited about this class, and a really good mix. A lot of them, just regional South Dakota kids. Kayla Martinez from Sioux Falls Roosevelt has had an outstanding spring, and she very high level electric offensive player that many people at the AA level in South Dakota have got to see play for the last couple years, and she's really stepped up. Kyra Grice from Aberdeen Central, another freshman who can really shoot the basketball well, who's played well. Sydney Thuey from Brandon Valley, the 6'1" post player, had a great high school career at Brandon Valley and has done some outstanding things for us. And Maria Parsley from Flandreau, wow, she's had a phenomenal spring for us, another 5'10" post. So those four are going to get an opportunity at the varsity level to make an impact at a very young age, and that doesn't happen often, but it allows us to have a lot of really good quality depth. We feel really good about having 9 or 10 girls that we can really, really rely on, and it's going to allow us to play the style of basketball that we want to play every night.
Well, Coach, there's so much more I want to ask you, but we're starting to run out of time. Thankfully, we're going to have a couple of talks this season. But I have one final question for you. You got your home opener this Sunday versus Graceland University, 2 p.m. You excited for this one?
We are, and Graceland brings in some really high-quality transfers. They brought a Division I point guard in from Dixie State University who's really, really good, and JUCO player that came in at average 14 a game last year, and they're led by Heaven Mubarak, who last year averaged 12, 13 a game, who's extremely athletic. So offensively, they're going to be really, really good, very talented. It's going to be a great test for us early to see where we're at defensively and to see what we can do. So we're super excited to open up. It gives us a chance to see where we're at.
Well, Coach Bertram, thank you very much for taking the time and speaking with me today on the Lancer
You bet.
Locker.
We love it, and thanks for all you guys do.
Once again, 2 p.m. this Sunday, basketball tipping off in the Simple Arena. Basketball season is back. It's Lancer days, and we're having fun on the Lancer Locker. That was Coach Bertram. Let's go ahead and take a break, finish things up. When we return, it's KYNT.
With grain carts getting bigger and better every year, don't you think it's time to outfit them accordingly? Sherco's 4500 Series HD electric tarp works seamlessly with existing Sherlock tarps. The heavy-duty extruded arms are the strongest on the market and come with a lifetime warranty. Operating is easy and convenient with one of our smart remote options that let you open and close your tarp with the push of a button. Call to order yours today at 1-800-474-8756. When you need to be sure, make it Sherco.
What's special about Slumberland is ours is a free service. They get to come into our store. It helps the customer understand how the space is going to work so that they don't feel nervous about their purchase. If you live locally, you can set up an appointment with one of our sales representatives where we can come into your home and help you understand if you want to go shopping in your own home and bring some different pieces in to help them work with maybe the new piece you're looking for.
Free interior design service at Yankton Slumberland, located at 2401 Broadway Avenue.
Beef, pork, seafood, poultry, and more. All at the Meat Lodge in Yankton. Get top quality meats at great prices. They have specialty items like lamb, brisket, mahi-mahi, crab legs, and lobster. They even have non-meat options like Dimmick cheese, pickled items, seasonings, and sauces. For your convenience, you can call and order curbside pickup or order online at meatlodge.com. The Meat Lodge in Yankton, on the way to the lake on Highway 52.
Buying or selling your home is one of the biggest decisions you may make in your lifetime. I'm Deb Speck with Vision Real Estate, and I'm ready to help guide you with professional advice from before the listing until after the close. Not only will you get real estate knowledge, but also we provide moving boxes and an enclosed courtesy trailer to help make the move just a little easier. Call me today at 664-5555.
It's not too early to start protecting against influenza, and the single, most important step is to get your flu shot. Yankton Medical Clinic PC offers the vaccine to all those 6 months and older and is hosting drive-through flu shot clinics with no appointment necessary, Tuesday, October 11th and Wednesday, October 12th from 4 to 6 p.m. Visit yanktonmedicalclinic.com/flu for information and registration forms. Keep yourself and those you love healthy this flu season. Yankton Medical Clinic. So much care, so close to home.
All right, a huge thank you to both Colin Othier and Alan Bertram for coming in and speaking with me. Those interviews were from this morning, actually, when they came in to speak with me. They've got a huge week of practice upcoming and getting ready for Graceland University this Sunday. Once again, it all begins at 2 p.m. The women will play first. The men's game will be immediately following. I'm looking forward to both of those. We're going over our time, so I got to get out of here. I'm Tehl Tanner on the Lancer Locker. Once again, this week in Lancer Athletics, volleyball on the road on Wednesday versus number 6 Concordia. Soccer will be hosting presentation in a doubleheader this Wednesday evening at home, Crane Youngworth Field, beginning at 5. Lancer football team, Saturday, 1 p.m. versus Doane, Lancer Days football game. And once again, Sunday, starting at 2 p.m., basketball returns to the Semple Arena. I'm Tehl Tanner. This has been the Lancer Locker. We'll see you next time.